What do you think is the strongest weapon or the greatest power in the world? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and most welcome guests, I believe it is love. Love is contagious. When somebody shows us love or express love, we are inspired or motivated to give back. It is so hard to keep doing wrong things to somebody who always acts out of love, especially when somebody does good things in response of bad things. Today, I want to share how love and the act of love changed my perspective or my character towards life. The first person who shaped my character is my mom. I have shared my story on my first speech. My dad passed away when I was 2 years old. My mom brought me up as a single mom. She decided to stay single to invest her life on three of us. Every single thing I remember about my mom is love, kindness, and compassion. She literally sacrificed her life to make our life beautiful. She never had thought for herself. Pleasure. Her life was revolving around us. Her love and good deeds was not only to myself and siblings, but to all family members and relatives. She does things out of wisdom thinking. I would like to share one story that really impressed me about my mom. My mom is Catholic and my dad was Orthodox, but he switched his religion from Orthodox to Catholic in order to marry my mom. I guess my mom's prerequisite to marry my dad was to change his religion from Orthodox to Catholic. Because of this reason, my dad's family were not happy and did not get along with my mom. In our tradition, especially 30 years ago, it is okay when women switched, but it was not okay when a man switched to his wife's religion. So when my dad passed away, my uncle from my dad's side was out of town. He came back after a few months. He did not visit my mom. He did not send her a card or give her a call to say sorry for her husband's loss. He never saw us for almost 15 years after my dad's death. After 15 years, there was a border dispute between Ethiopia and Eritrea. The Ethiopian government deported Eritrea to their country without giving them any notice. My uncle was one of them. Most of them, including my uncle, have never been in Eritrea before. Our family used to live in Ethiopia, but we moved to Eritrea after our country independence a few years before the border dispute between Ethiopia and Eritrea. After my mom heard that he was deported from Ethiopia, this is what she said. If my husband would have been alive, he would definitely do whatever he could do to help him. Now he's not alive, but he's survived by his wife and kids. She said, I should act on behalf of him. She got in touch with him and told him that he was most welcome to stay with us for free until he got a job and settled. At that time, he was staying in shelter prepared by the government to those people who were deported from Ethiopia until they got a job and were able to support their life. But I was so impressed and touched by her kindness. God, this is what she told us. God gave us favor and he was with us in all our journey. We should glorify and thank God by showing love and mercy to others. This is one of the biggest legacy I have acquired from my mom. It doesn't matter whether people do the right thing or not, but I learned from my mom that in any circumstances, I should keep doing the right thing. The second person or God who changed my life is Jesus Christ. I've been reading the Bible from my early childhood, but I remember one day sitting in the church and the preacher was preaching about the love of God, how Christ loved the world. I don't forget that day. Somehow I felt it deep inside how Christ saved us. God loved the world and he gave us his only begotten son. Before that, I was going to church but did not really understand deep inside the love of Christ. That day, the love of Christ changed my life. I accepted Jesus as my personal Savior and the Lord of my life. From that day onward, my life has never been the same. The love of Christ was poured in my life. The love I received urged me to love everyone and be compassionate to everyone. So I believe the strongest weapon in life is love. When someone loves us, he or she controls our life. It drives us to be nice and do the right thing. As King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, said, I know that there is nothing better for men to be happy and do good while they live. Loving someone brings joy to ourselves, brings joy to the person who gets love, and also inspires the person to express love to others. Love is contagious and it is the greatest power in life.